Man, you're nothing without a woman. You're nothing. Why do you think I got married? You're nothing without a woman. All right. Welcome, guys. You are with me, the teacher, man, and today I'm with this one to my right hand side and then this one to my left hand side. So I just wanna let them introduce themselves. We're gonna start with the ladies first.
Oh yeah, it's Women's Day today. So
Yay!
what a surprise! I didn't know that I would be on the camera.
That's why she's not on makeup today.
So Paul is not even calling me beautiful woman.
No, you're always beautiful. You're always beautiful, beautiful. You know, Kaji means wezi, but beautiful.
Yeah, like I take pride of my skin. Look, my skin is beautiful, and I always encourage people to really take care of their skin because it's the very most important. After you've done your makeup, when you go home after you've washed yourself, you see your real you. So you better take care of your skin. By the way, I'm a skin specialist.
But you haven't introduced yourself. We still don't know your name.
Yeah, even us, we were just putting the name out.
Okay, guys, my name is Juliet Teka, and then I'll give it over to our next guy to introduce himself.
Okay, I'm really glad to welcome you guys. Yeah, anyway, just a happy Women's Day.
Oh yeah,
to the women.
thank you. You saw, what can I say? Is that romance or romantic?
It's a romantic. Let me just put it back in that way.
Thank you, that's so profound. You know, I've been here, right? I've been surrounded with men, but not one of them say happy Women's Day.
Yeah, we're so bad, eh? We're so bad.
They can attest to that.
We're so bad.
A man behind the
Apologies.
camera.
You didn't even
This
say it.
man, that nobody. You are the one who said.
He's such a gentleman. He's such a gentleman.
So you're telling me now, I'm the first one who said that you're happy women.
Oh yes. Wow, I feel so great. But by the way, the time I was dropping, the guy was dropping me here at the hotel and said happy Women's Day. I'm sure after the treatment that I gave him there in the car. So you also
you give treatments in the car. I gotta buy myself a car.
Now you give it to the car.
Anyway, we don't want to know the treatment that you gave her. Okay, you were still introducing him, so we still don't know his name.
Anyway, thank you so much. I'm so excited. Great message.
Anyway, my name is Muslim T1. Yes.
All right, nice to meet you guys, and I'm so excited to have you guys here. And so we're just gonna talk a lot of stuff, you know. One thing that we wanna talk about really is about what role women do play in men's life. You know, what's the role? Because most of the times, we just take marriages as something that's it's just a marriage anyway, and usually people they look at marriage as some other things, but what is the role of a woman in a man's life?
That's good. A woman can play a major role to prosper a man. And without a good woman out there, a man can't go further into life. Yes, that's why I just say we have to get the good women that can prosper us.
Okay, so this is showing that if a man is already prosperous alone, which means he can do greater with a woman present in their life, right?
That's true.
Wow, you are actually speaking great, but let me ask you, are you married yourself?
Not yet.
So how do you know?
How can you talk about a woman prospering a man if you're not married? Come on, we don't want lies here.
But I'm not married yet.
Okay.
I'm about to, let's say, in few months to come.
Oh, wow.
Just get married.
Wow.
That's why I'm saying a good woman can prosper a man.
Wow.
Because there's some much more qualities that I saw, or as I catch up to the one that I'm about to marry.
Okay, that's
I'm
nice.
quite sure that the women that I'm close with now, she can make me the person that I wanted to be in future. So there's a lot of qualities that I catch up from her. That's why I'm just keep saying that men need a good women.
Okay, so what was your process, kind of like, you know, finding a good woman? Because it's not just like any woman. Like I've seen, you know, knives instead of wives. You know,
That's true.
because like, you know, it's not just any woman who can prosper a man. Like the cause of, like, you know, fights in the family sometimes could be the woman. I've seen people who started drinking, like, you know, from work going straight to the pub just because they are scared to get to their woman at home. You know, so how do you find a good woman?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You see, that's how did you find yours? Because she seems like, you know, she's a good woman. You know,
That's a good question.
What are the attributes?
That's a good question. You know, when you believe in God, so everything happens with their name, with His name. Let me just put it that way.
Wow.
Because the women that I be with now, I just keep praying and ask God to give me the lady or the women that can make me the person, or that's the lady that can make me the person that I wanted to be in future.
yeah,
And then
but
he's the one that
yeah, but
me
you see, prayer doesn't propose to a girl. You know.
yes.
What's the process like? Because, you know, we need to know.
Okay, exactly. How did I get that?
Yeah. You know, like, you know, yes, of course we can pray and God can direct us to the one that we want. But, you know, how do you know that this is God giving me this woman?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's a tough question.
It is a little bit. It is a little bit tough.
Okay, you know, you keep thinking about it. So, okay, let's come to you. Are you married yourself?
No.
No. Okay.
I am much available.
Ladies and gentlemen, Juliet Mtekadeka is available. I'm putting it out there. Juliet Mtekadeka is available.
So anyone
You know,
that is looking for.
yeah, you know, unfortunately, or else you're marrying her.
You never know.
You never. Because since you're getting married in few months to come, and she's available, so is she available or she's
Well, okay, I am single,
okay?
content, and waiting on God.
Waiting on God.
Yeah.
So, okay, you as a woman, how are you going to know that, okay, I think this is the man that, you know, God has actually given you?
Wow.
You know, because, you know, this is how I look at it. Men propose. You know, men are the ones who are hunters. But then you as a woman, how do you say, okay, I think this one, yes, of course, I know a lot of hunters are coming, but this one
He's the one.
how do you know? Yes, you're praying, yes, but you know, still.
Okay, at the moment, I won't say that I know because I haven't gotten him yet. So when I found him, I will know. So far, I haven't found him.
So all these men that are coming, nobody.
When I behold him,
Yeah.
I will know that this is my bone of my bone, my flesh of my flesh. By the Spirit of God, the Spirit of discernment, I will know that this one was made for me.
And everything is possible with
God. By the Spirit of God. It has to be by the Spirit of God. So do you want me to go by the attributes?
Yes, please.
Oh.
Please.
Okay. One attribute, right?
Mhm.
One attribute.
He has to be taller than you. Oh, sorry.
No.
Oh, you like short ones?
You know,
Okay, short ones with big muscle.
Okay, the one that's got the massive.
All right.
Hello.
Number one.
Okay.
Number one. My number one attribute of the man that I'm looking for. Not that I'm looking for that. My number one attribute of the man that is looking for me to prosper him. You know, has to be deeply in love with God. The man who fears God. I don't mind if you are tall, short, thin.
But let me stop you there.
Yeah.
You see, I've seen a lot of guys saying, like, you know, being in church and, you know, showing that they love God and whatever. But then you actually see them after you're married to say, hey, this one is a snake. You know, he was pretending as if he loves God.
Yeah.
So how do you really know that, okay, this person, I think he genuinely loves God?
That's a good
you know,
question.
because I've seen a lot of people in church,
That's a good
men, you know.
So you just discover that already in the marriage.
In the marriage, yeah. You see,
Yeah.
like I've seen people, right? They're like, you know what? I married him because, you know, he was a church-going boy, and, you know, he loved the Lord, and we used to go to the mountain together to pray. But then just few months in the marriage, and then he starts showing his real
True
character,
colours.
you know, his true colors. And so, like, you know, most of the times we can be praying like, okay, I need a man who is a born again, who is a Christian, who is spirit filled. You see, a lot of girls, they always talk about this stuff,
Yes.
but then deep in the marriage, that's when they discover like, you know what, I've messed up. You know, this is not it. So
That's actually a great question. It's easy to be scammed. Let me use that word. It is so easy to be scammed these days. I mean, in both gender, okay, as a female or male. Okay, it's easy to be scammed by a man or by a woman. So I'm not trying to be to favor one.
Check this out. Okay.
So, but it only takes the spirit of discernment, okay, to know a scam. As you grow, we've all been scammed before, I'm sure.
of course. In some other things though.
And from what you just asking just now, you know, even I just saw some of them that just got married, and then in 6 months to come, we find out that no, the man is just becoming a substance into deep substance abuse. He's becoming drinking a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
But he was never ever before
Drinking.
drinking.
Do you drink yourself?
Occasionally, I don't know, not to lie.
Okay.
Occasionally,
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
that deep,
Okay.
but I do drink occasionally.
Have you ever slapped a woman?
Yes, I don't know, not to lie.
So you have abused.
Yes, I do have.
How did you feel the first time? you
Yeah.
We just want to encourage you. encourage somebody out there who is practicing that.
You know, the thing is, here's the thing with me, right? You slapping a woman, it doesn't mean that you are a bad person.
No.
You know, maybe she provoked you to an extent whereby you didn't want to take it anymore, and you ended up slapping her. But then all I'm saying is, like, you know, we all have guilty conscience. Like, you know, you slapping a woman, how did it feel? Because it's not your nature, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, how did it feel? Unless you're telling me that it was your habit to hit women.
No, it's just my habit. And then she's the one who was wanted to go straight in. And then I tried. No, I asked him. And then we ended up sleeping with her. But unfortunately, the lady now got just got someone, the one that's gonna marry.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's really good.
Yeah, but you know, people are messed up. Like, how can you do that? Being now with somebody else and marrying somebody else, like, you know, like, why? How can a person be in a relationship with multiple guys? You know.
Yeah.
You know. So here's the thing with you, right? You said you are looking. You know, I've seen girls who date couple guys just to see if they're gonna marry one. You know, have you ever done that before?
So they are just looking. The good one.
Yeah, like the one who treats me better, I'm gonna marry that one.
They're gonna choose between.
No, like I'm saying, like I've said, okay, yeah, I've heard that, I've seen that happening.
Okay.
Because like kind of they're not really sure who to go for, who to choose. But like I said, if you have the spirit of discernment, you will know the attributes that you are looking for. And obviously, like, okay, for instance, okay, I am dating you, we're going out on a date, and then we can, like, we go anywhere, and then there, right away, oh, can I do this, can I, you're doing the things that are contrary to my beliefs, to my ideals, to what I believe in. And I don't need another sign. That is a no for me. So why do I date you again? And why did you? That first date was the first and the end. So if I don't call you again,
Okay.
So I don't need to date multiple men.
Okay, so let me ask you. This question goes to both of you. Were you married before?
Yes.
Okay. Were you married before?
No.
Okay, but you have dated. You have dated some
Yes,
girls.
I dated that before.
Okay. So you didn't find anybody with the girls that you're dating that you could marry, or was it, you know, what she's saying, like, you know, sometimes you go to a date you go on a date with somebody and then you're like, no, I think this is not the type of girl that I should go for.
No, there was.
Okay.
One that I was visiting with.
Yeah.
And then she was with the good quality.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that when it comes to
Okay. Okay.
chance.
Mm.
So while we were still dating, on the other side, she was, let me just put in that way, she was cheating. And then she got someone.
So having all the good characters and still cheating. Life, man.
That's why I'm just listening to cheating, because I was surprised. Just
Okay.
So all along, they got someone on the other side.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
So, okay, coming to you, you got married before, and after getting divorced, many years later, you ended up writing a book, and the title of the book is "Did You Know a Woman Can Prosper You?" You know, how do you come up with all this information? Yet you've been unmarried, you've been divorced for so many years. What inspired you to actually come up with that book, with all the information in the book?
Wow, that's a great question. Actually, when you were speaking, you just put something in my the title of the book, "Did You Know a Woman Can Prosper You?" It's like a question. We're asking, a woman is asking men, okay, out there. But did you know? Meaning you were meant to know this already.
Okay.
A long time ago, right? That you marrying, you are not going to remain the same. You are going to the level that you have never been, because the Bible clearly says that he that finds a good woman obtains favor from God. So you definitely know that there is a level of favor that a man does not have until he gets himself a good woman.
Okay.
So it's like I'm asking really question, because a lot of men out there, they don't know what they have. That what they have, if they have a good woman. Now this is for those men who have good women at home. That I'm just asking, reminding them that good woman that you have at home, did you know that woman is a channel for you to be favored to be blessed, to be graced. So it's a lot packed into that question, right? And for people who've been like also abused and all that, and also reminding women who they are, that they are a treasure, actually, that men are looking for, to run with in order for them to achieve their goals and dreams in life.
Okay, wow. Wow, this is so beautiful. I'm actually enjoying this. You know?
Even I too, on my side, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So where is the wedding going to be? In Cape Town?
No, it's gonna be at Eastern Cape.
Okay. So is it gonna be like a traditional wedding?
Yes, we're gonna put it in a traditional.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. I wish it was here. I would have come to attend.
Yeah,
You know, I've never attended any South African weddings. Eh? Yeah.
But there is a possibility that I can invite you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Invite me.
Yeah.
Invite me.
As well as how can I left it behind?
How do you say? Okay, by the way, is are you Xhosa, right?
Yes, I
It
am.
says Xhosa. So, by the way, how do you say? Like, did you know a woman can prosper you?
In Xhosa.
In Xhosa.
Okay,
Now you have to address the men.
Yeah.
There. You have to address men there.
Okay.
Address them.
Ingabe uyayazi na uba umuntu obhinqileyo angakwenza into yoba uphumelele ebomini. Did you know that a good women can prosper you?
Uphumelele. Yabo?
Yes.
Yeah, ndiyakumva sisi.
Yeah.
Yabo.
You can keep practicing it.
Yeah.
Ngiyathetha Xhosa kaningi. Uzanifundisa wena.
Of course.
I've never heard you speak like that.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, like the topic is issues, you know.
Yeah. So
True, that's true. I will stay strong.
So okay. I read somewhere. Somebody wrote something like you know, where there's no money, there's no love. How do you look at that? No money, no love.
No money, no love.
Like a woman obviously has to be milking from the husband, you know. Is that something that, you know, do you consider to say, like, you know, to be like part of, you know, what it's supposed to be, or we just messed up right now that, you know, we don't wanna, like, women don't wanna work for themselves? Because I'm speaking this out of, like, you know, Proverbs 30, is it 31? Yeah. Yeah, you know, Proverbs 31, you know, a vicious woman and whatever, and all those attributes that, you know, the Bible has actually indicated about a woman. And what we're seeing now, we're only seeing like slave queens who are wives. You know?
Yeah.
You know, how do you look at this? Like, you know, is you know,
let me say, actually that's a topic on its own, but we just want to tackle a little bit of that side. Wow. What did you say again?
okay, because
No
but
love.
no money, no love.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like, I think that's we're going to talk about. That's a very deep subject.
Yeah, it's very important.
A lot of men really need, because you cannot say you want to get married and if you're not prepared. Okay, so go get prepared. You don't even have money to pay the water. You don't even have.
And you want to get married.
What is that? You want to marry.
Yeah.
You cannot afford a wedding.
You have
You
to
cannot
prepare.
afford lobola. You want to count on other people's pockets in order for you to get married.
Have you paid lobola? Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
How much
I'm talking
is lobola actually?
Yes. So
How much is
decide
lobola?
whether I should get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it can depend. It can
How much are you
depend.
paying yours? How much do you charge you?
25.
25,000.
25,000.
That's so cheap, eh?
25,000.
Oh, I thought you were saying 25 cows.
Not
Because I know the South Africans are very expensive.
not only just 25,000 and then some. It's different to other families.
Okay.
Other house.
Okay.
Oh, so you're going to pay 25,000 plus cows.
Yeah, but it's going to depend how many. That's the way
Okay.
you
How do you
Charge.
okay, so how many cows do you think you can pay? Like approximately, like will they ask for
Plus
4 cows,
5. Yeah, you just put it like that.
like 5 cows? So 25,000 plus 5 cows.
How much is 1 cow?
Depending where you're buying them, I think I did ask this other guy. Depending on where you're buying them, a cow can cost about 8,000. 8 to 10,000. It depends where you're buying it. So, which
15.
means let's put it at 10. Let's put it at 10. 10 times 5, that's 50,000 plus 25.
It's 7 something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to
Well, yeah.
So,
You're
which
right,
means
you're
a
right.
man on himself, he has to be prepared financially. Okay, so for example, like I'm still saying this, like I just want to get this out of the way. You have been independent for such a long time, and you have built a success on your own. So, will you also consider a man to say, hey, be financially stable before you approach? Or you might have like alternative to say, hey, don't worry, I'm the one who's gonna pay lobola now.
Okay, so the Bible says that yes, God has made us women as helpers, right? As helpers, not just to help cooking or house chores. Let me just give it that way. Also, you can help your man financially, right? You, as a woman, you can help your man financially.
Yeah.
So that if anything happens with a man, you should not be financially disabled. At least you should be able to stand on your own. That is the reason why we actually advise women to be independent. So that you should be able to support your children in case of anything that may happen in the future. So I would say, coming back to your question, of course, if I am like this, I need a man to be above me, right? Okay, yeah, I will not go for like
Small children.
obviously, a man has to be above the game, right? So that if where I am, right, he has to challenge me.
Because
it's going to get to that.
no money, no love. Because okay, here's the thing. I'm not just saying this, but I've seen a marriage breaking up just because the wife wasn't working before when she got married, and now she is working, and now she's financially stable on her own, and then eventually a man loses the job, and then the wife feels that now she's the man now. She's the man of the house, and eventually marriage actually breaks up just because of that. And a man being treated as trash, you see. So
a lot of marriages actually happens, and it's so disappointing. It's very disappointing that when woman treats men like that, when they are going through a lot. Remember, you get a man and a woman, when they are joined together, they become one body.
yeah.
So there's no this one belongs to this one just because that one is not taking working. So that is even out of context already. So that woman is not treating that man because that man is going through that, but that woman is just already like that. She was like that before, but just that.
So the situation has just come, like has just made her to bring out the true colors.
You traced somebody's loyalty by giving them money.
Okay. So you're tracing his loyalty.
Yes, just give them money.
Yeah.
That's when you know who is who.
Okay.
Yeah, if I want to just, I'll just give you 500,000 rand. Just see if you're gonna remember me. Yeah, so that's when you just know who that woman is.
That's loud and clear.
Yeah, a husband remains the husband whether he has money or he doesn't have money.
Okay, so now let me come back to you. If you don't have the lobola that you are required to pay, does it mean that you can't marry? How does it work in your culture? Because basically, let's not talk about like as a Christian alone, but culture also plays a big part in marriages, right? So if you don't have the amount of money that you need to pay, which means you can't get married.
No.
So what happens in that situation?
That's what I'm just saying. No, you have to get prepared first before. Yeah.
Okay. That's a tough one though. Like for me, okay, here's my situation. I'll talk from experience. My wife, where she is from, they don't pay lobola, right? But from where I'm from, we pay lobola.
Is she from Chile?
No, she's from Chilazulu. So they don't pay lobola, but in my culture we pay lobola.
So you didn't pay?
No, I didn't.
So nothing.
No, I paid nothing. I paid nothing. So there was a discussion about lobola. My uncles went, they discussed about lobola, and then they all agreed like, okay, no, we're gonna do lobola, and whatever, and then they charged us how much.
Are you gonna
We sent the money, and then they went to pay the money. They were like, no, we're not selling our daughter, because to them they're thinking like they're selling off their daughter,
Okay.
So they're like, no, we can't do this, in our culture, this is not allowed. So my dad was like, no, how are we going to do this? I was like, you know what, for me, I don't mind. These are two different cultures. They don't pay lobola, we pay lobola. Now, the way we are, it doesn't matter what culture says, we're still getting married. And we ended up getting married still, even though there was no any lobola that was paid, and we're still good up to now. So, which means money was not a problem to stop us from getting married. That was, money wasn't the problem, but now, I think in your culture, you're marrying somebody from your culture. Now, when you have come to a situation whereby, yes, of course, you need to have money, you need to be prepared in order for you to get married. But maybe the money is going to come right once you get married. But now you can't marry because you don't have money. So how, in your culture, is there not anything that can allow you guys to get married even though you don't have the ability to pay the required lobola?
And then the money will come after you.
Maybe if the money comes and then maybe you can pay. I don't know. Is there anything?
Some of them, they do allow it.
Okay. Oh, I thought maybe they don't allow it.
Some.
Yeah.
The evaluation, even as we can place it your
No pay lobola.
Actually, our camera guy, they don't pay lobola. But he's in trouble. He's marrying from the north where they pay lobola. He's in trouble.
A lot of cows.
And you have to pay.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Awesome. I think today we've talked so much. We've learned a lot.
Yes.
We've learned a lot, and I believe some people out there as well, they've learned. What I've taken, is that a woman has to be able to do something, in the family instead of just relying on the husband, But before we close, actually, before we close, what was I about to say? Okay, so the same thing, when a woman is is doing well for herself, she's working, and the husband is actually not financially stable. How do you treat your husband? How do you manage your husband? Yeah.
With respect, of course, he actually needs your support as a woman. And then that's actually when your true character is being tested there when your husband is not working. And I actually, it's not something that we need to advise. It's something that comes from your heart. You just know that you're a woman. You need to remain at your place under your husband. You still need to be submissive to your husband. You don't need to be a man of the house just because you're the one working. You're the one bringing dividends at home. That doesn't count. You need to be under. The husband remains the head of the house, and the husband obviously rules even your finances. You still don't do nothing with your money until your husband says so. Remember, it's not your money. It's both of you and your husband's money. Even it's only you working. Yeah, so just be a woman.
And another thing, I think the problem usually it's the peers, the friends that we have. I know somebody who actually left the husband just because the friends were advising her, like, oh no, you're working for yourself. Why, why are you sticking to him? He's not providing. Find a boyfriend. At least you have got your own money. You can stay alone, and you can also find a boyfriend who can provide for you instead of like that loser. But that loser, once he gets his money right, you're going to need him back. So I think friends, we need to be careful with the kind of friends that we talk to.
That's true. That's true. Even the other friends, they play a major role to distract marriage. What especially if the man does in the work.
Wow.
As she already said, the duties of the woman is just tend to become the duties of the man. The man doesn't work anymore.
Wow.
Okay.
And I noticed even you can find out now if the man is the one who's busy
mopping the house.
Just because the wife is the one who's got the money right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so Juliet, what are your last words?
Wow, we have actually spoken a lot. I'm keeping a lot for our next topic. But today is a great topic because it's a Women's Day today.
Yeah.
So, women, I want to say happy Women's Day to you. I hope we get this video tonight before it's not Women's Day.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Look, I wanna encourage women. You are a lot of things. You are too much, and you are what makes the world beautiful. In a such a way that God made you so special and put you under a man because you're very strong. You can stand on your own. You can face all challenges. So it really doesn't matter what you're going through right now. I want to encourage you that you are a lot of things. And there is nothing, there is no any mountain, there is no anything that you have ever dreamed in your life that you cannot achieve. I'm telling you, you are too much. Today I want to encourage you. Believe in yourself. You have been put under a man because there is a lot in you carries the power to prosper in man. In you, inside you, are locked attributes to prosper in man.
Wow.
So a man cannot prosper or cannot obtain favor on this woman. Only if he gets you. I'm talking to you, a good woman. God bless you.
And you, sir, what are your last words?
Okay. Firstly, let me just take this opportunity to thank you for Happy Women's Day once again. We strive a lot, we strive a woman can prosper and us as we are nothing without. You just put it that way. I think.
Thank you so much. Man, you're nothing without a woman. You're nothing. Why do you think I got married? You're nothing without a woman. To the love of my life, I love you. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one.